Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. We are live, baby. It's Friday afternoon, man. We are out of work and we are rolling home, and we got mega news dropping. There's so much synth news dropping. It's raining. It's raining synths from the sky, especially from our boys over in France, man. They are on absolute fire. We got the Behringer Model 15 dropping. We got Arturia May 14th coming with either the Freak, or the Poly12. We don't know yet. They teased a picture. In that picture, you couldn't really tell. It didn't look like a Polybrute. What's up, Echo, baby? Yeah, man, we're just hitting all this crazy news, man. And then we got Dreadbox with that Murmox or whatever that thing is, man. I listen to that. That thing's absolutely crazy. Murmox, that thing is nuts. When it's raining synths, baby, the sun is shining, we're feeling good. It's Friday, and we're coming up on Super Booth, man, and the week before, I guess, it's off to an absolute insane start to Super Booth, and I think it's super exciting. I was just telling Echo, or he was just telling me, we were just telling each other, man, we're gonna have to do another show soon. There's enough content for another show already. And I love it, but let me tell you, what do you guys think about that Behringer Model 15? I've had my eye on that for so long. It's like the Moog grandmother clone. It's a mixture between the grandmother, the Neutron. What's up, Space Capsule, man? Yeah, the Behringer Model 15, I think it's got everything the Neutron didn't have. You know, it's got a little bit of reverb in there. I'm not sure if it's got a delay time setting. I don't think it does. The Neutron had the delay. So, man, you pair up the Neutron and the Behringer Model 15. Woo! Baby, man, that's good. How's the Mrs. Space Capsule? She doing all right? She coming around? You're going to make the Synth Kumite this weekend? But, yeah, so the Behringer Model 15, what's it got? It's got 2 VCOs. It's got reverb. It's got a LFO. It's semi-modular. It's got a huge patch bay. What's up, Jumpster? It's got a sequencer. It's got an arpeggiator. 256-step sequencer built into that little beauty. And for the cool price of $280.83. Hold on, people. I got to hit cruising altitude here. Bear with me. I think I got a little alignment issue with one of my tires, so if the screen gets a little shaky, I apologize. Just gonna have to deal with it. This is a live stream, man. This ain't post-production. You're getting it live and in color. Yeah, so maybe I'll do it like that. See if that's a bit better. Yeah, a little bit shaky. Let me put it in cruise control here, and we're good to go. Yeah, so man, what a drop. What do you guys think about the Arturia? Is Arturia coming with the Freak? Or are they coming with the Polybrute12? What are they coming with? And I also got to go through some internet shady zones, so if it gets choppy for a second, just have a little patience and it'll come back. That's how we do it here. But man, Synth Car is live today, baby, and I'm pumped up. I couldn't wait to get out of work so I could get home and do a video about the Model 15, do a video about the Murmox, man. I looked at the Murmox from Dreadbox, and I thought it was tiny. I was like, oh, that's probably like the same size as the Erebus or the Abyss. And man, that thing is gigantic. What's up, Hayes, baby? I don't know, man. I got to come up with some more money to get all this stuff. I had some money put away, saving up, and I was gonna put it towards the Syma Forma Alt. I was gonna put it towards that. But now, man, I might actually put it towards, if they come out with the Freak, I'm getting the Freak. That's for sure. Hit the like button, people. If you can, get this stream pumping. Hit that like button. Join the chat. Get on in the chat. But yeah, Syma Forma Alt, that crazy synthesizer, I got my mind on that. And if that was going to come in under $1,000, I was going to grab it. The Murmox is giant. See, I like something about the giant synths too when they're that big. I'm like, man, the giant synth is something special. So, who's getting the Syma Forma in the chat? Let me know. Throw a ALT in the chat if you're gonna pick that baby up on the Kickstarter, May 22nd. Super awesome. But now I might have to put my Kickstarter on hold with the Simon Forma Alt, and I might have to just go straight to the gas station and pick up that, because I think this is the 25-year anniversary for Arturia, and I think the Astrolab was just the appetizer. The Astrolab was the appetizer. Now we're coming up with the first course. And is the first course going to be the Freak, or is the first course going to be the Poly12? I got so much gas, man. If someone lit a match in this car, it'll blow up, and we go straight up to the Van Allen radiation belts, and we wouldn't be able to get through them the same way the U.S. couldn't get through them when they said they went to the you-know-what, the big piece of cheese in the sky. We always got to on the street so we don't shit our way. But all you IQ Sonic surfers, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. You need to turn the Kumite into a massive Las Vegas event. Man, I got visions for the Kumite. If you got ideas, throw them in. I'm thinking in 5 years, this Kumite might be an international event. It might end up being an international event where we can have different categories like the Olympics. You can have a Dallas jam off, you know? You could have make a track from scratch competition. You could have like a dueling synth off, you know, where a proper Kumite, like they would do a dance battle, but you do a synth off versus synth off. Someone lays down a drone, other guy lays down this, the other guy lays down that. That'd be cool. Get a bunch of synth companies to sponsor it. Who knows what'll happen, man? Who knows? Jean-Claude Van Damme as the host. Jean-Claude Van Damme will host the event, Synth Kumite. Wouldn't that be nuts? I think it's possible. Everything is possible when you believe. When you believe, everything is possible. You got two hands, just like me. So go and take it. Take it whatever you want to take. That's the old Romero quote. ESPN, UFC, type it in, go watch it. I'm so fired up I had to pour myself a decaf because I couldn't put no more caffeine in my body. I was off the caffeine, I'm taking a little break from the coffee now, just doing my mushroom rise coffee. And to be honest, I'm so fired up from the synthesizer news that I don't need no coffee, baby. But yeah, I don't know, Model 15, $280. I think I'm gonna cop that, I think. And if the Arturia Freak, with whatever noun you want to put in front of it, or adjective or verb, I'm gonna get that, because the Mini Freak is so awesome that the Freak is just gonna be absolutely mental. I don't know how they'd make it better. I guess they just put a couple more envelopes, put a filter per envelope. They put they got tons of effects in it, so I don't know what other effects they put in. They might. I was talking to Echo, he said he likes the modulation matrix. I like it too, it's pretty intuitive. We don't need to go overboard with those big pads, leave that to the Brute series. And put 12 voices, put 25 voices. The Nova Freak, Buchla edition. Oh yeah, Buchla and Friends is cool. But yeah, man, I think I'm so excited for what the French are doing over there, and they must be having like a French renaissance in the synthesizer, or it's the French Illuminati, because what they're coming out with is mind-blowing. And pitch pinwheel would be cool. And I think also a ribbon strip on it would be awesome, and maybe a Morphe pad like they got on the Polybrute would be very cool. But it's also cool with those two little sliders, so it's hard to make it better, man. Real hard to make it better. But Arturia is on fire. They are on fire. Like I said a little while ago, it was Arturia. Starsky Carr said it was a waste of $290. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. There's no way Starsky Carr said that, because Starsky Carr loves Behringer. We all know he loves Behringer, and we all know Behringer got some butter for Starsky's bread, if you know what I'm saying. Because how did he get a hold of that thing? They don't send synths to nobody, apparently, according to Loop Pop. But they, bouncy, man. Sorry about the shaky camera, but this is live TV. I might get home and then get out in the backyard and do up a proper live stream. He did? I need proof. I'm going to watch the video when I go home. He said it's a waste. Why is it a waste? Why did he say the Model 15 is a waste? There's no way Starsky Carr said it's a waste. If Starsky Carr said the Model 15 by Behringer is a waste for $280, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I don't know, man. You didn't watch till the end, Richie. You never watch anything till the end. I'm the only one out of me and you who watches things till the end. You never do, because you got ADHD, baby. You can't sit through a 25-minute video. I know that, Richie, because you always leave my videos before they end. Yeah, you said it was cool and sounded like a grandmother. And the proper thing is, you pick up a grandmother, huge real estate. Why do you want that for $1,000, $700 to $1,000? You get the Moog Model 15, which they should have just called it the grandfather. That would have been cooler. Model 15, I get it, because it's a throwback to the actual old Moog module. But the point is, the whole demo was a clown show? No, bro, the demo was awesome. The demo was awesome. Point being, they should have called it the grandfather. They missed the boat on that one big time. They should have called it the Moog grandfather, unless they're going to pull a super sneaky deaky and they're going to come out with the Model 15 with keys and call it the Moog grandfather. That would be awesome. The Behringer grandfather, sorry. That's what they should call it. Because it's time to bring the patriarchy back, baby. Do you guys agree? We need the patriarch back, especially in the synthesizer world. But yeah, so then we got the Arturia Freak or the Polybrute. Someone wrote in one of the comments earlier today that the Polybrute software is all good to go. They got Polybrute Connect, that the software for the Polybrute 12, you're going to be able to take all those new patches and put them on the original Polybrute. And yeah, they should call it the Pope, the Behringer Pope, and make it all white. Or they should call it the Behringer Black Pope, all black with white writing. That cool. Things have gotten out of hand in Portland. Yeah, you still got the Chaz in Portland? Someone needs to bring a synthesizer down to the Chaz and chill out all those freaky deaky people with too much time. Purple hair people eaters are everywhere in the Chaz. But anyway, Polybrute, apparently all that patch and all the new creations and stuff are going to be able, the firmware will be able to switch over to the original Polybrute, and it won't have all the functions, but it's supposed to have a lot of them. That's the rumor going around. And then don't forget, we got the Moog Muse, which is coming in. Apparently some people are saying that thing is going to be so pricey, unless they pull a sneaky deaky, because Arturia is saying we got a 12 voice full analog. Unless they're going to make it a hybrid, they could pull a sneaky deaky too, unless they're going to make a hybrid. But if they got a 12 voice analog for $4,000 and Moog comes out with an 8 voice analog that's just a basic old generic matriarch times 2, or old parts from the Moog 1 8 voice that they had left around the factory warehouse, and they slapped that in there, put a little fur coat on it with no knickers underneath. If they do that, then I think Arturia is going to win the analog polysynth war. But it's going to be cool. Super Booth, man. We're going to get to see the Moog Muse. We're going to get to see the Poly something or the Freak. We're going to get to see another awesome demo of the Forma Alt, which is the most exciting thing to me. We're probably going to get to see the Mantis on full display from PWM. We're going to get to see Tiger keyboard over there, and they got a release coming out on the 14th for something new too. Man, can it get any better than this? Synth, we call this Christmas, Synthmas, or Synth Christmas. One or the other. It's happening in summer, man. This is amazing. Rich Kielbasa, Behringer. Listen, Rich Kielbasa, you need to get a bigger keyboard stand, baby, because you need to start picking up some of these Behringer synths, because they're becoming collector items like Pokemon cards. That's how I'm looking at it. I'm going to get every single, mark my words, by the time I'm 65, I will have every single Behringer synthesizer ever made, still in the box, and I'm going to make a Behringer museum. And I'm going to charge everybody to get into the museum. All you have to do is remember the date this video was made, and that's the password. If you can tell me the exact date that I declared the Behringer Synthesizer Museum will happen, if you remember this video, this date, and I'll give you the password here right now. This is the password. The password is pink polka dot chameleon, okay? Pink polka dot chameleon. When I invent my Behringer Museum, It might happen in 5 years, it might happen in 20, but when I invent my Behringer Museum, the only way you can get in, there's no money, no nothing. You have to come up, knock on the door. My security's going to be at the door, and all you say is pink polka dot chameleon, and you're in. You can spend all day there, play all the synthesizers all you want. I'll have all the mixing boards and everything set up, so anything you play with and anything you record, you can pop. I'll give you an SD card for entry. Put it all on an SD card, head home with a full day of fun in the Samurai's Behringer Museum. How about that? Dreams come true, baby. Unless you stay asleep. All right, so we also got Corg. Rich Kobasa sent me a screenshot, which I don't know if it's real or not because he never sent me anything else. And the only picture he got of the screenshot was some... How come that's the only screenshot you got, Richie? You got any better pictures? So he sent me a screenshot of a Corg with a shoulder strap. So Corg's got a new synthesizer coming. People are predicting a new Prologue or Mini-Log series is going to come out, but the Prologue's been discontinued, so they're due for a new Prologue. And they should have a new Prologue coming. And it could be a new keytar. It could be the King Corg Morpheus with the vacuum tube in it. Could be that. Could be any one of those, man. So Corg blanketed NAMM with everything. The King Corg they hit it with. They hit with the Op6, the SE for the wave state and the Op6. They hit the Micro Corg Mark II. They came out with the PS 3300. I don't even know how I remember all this stuff. It's like I get a download from the Sonic Lords above. 90% certain Novation is there. I also heard Novation is coming out with a Peak Summit upgrade style thing. That's going to be amazing. The only problem is those two synthesizers were invented by Chris Huggett. And Chris Huggett, God bless his heart, and rest in peace, my brother. The new one isn't going to be made by him, but hopefully they'll take inspiration from what he did. But if you want the real Chris Huggett synth, you got to go pick up that Mantis, baby, because that thing is awesome. Hybrid analog synthesizer, that's the way to go. R.I.P. Chris Huggett, R.I.P. Dave Smith, R.I.P. Bobby Moog, and who's left? There's only Oberheim left, isn't it? Is that the only dude left from the old school? I got a feeling, man. I got a sneaky feeling that Arturia got some real big tricks up their sleeve, man. And they're gonna blow people's mind because you know what it's like when you're at a restaurant and they bring you at the appetizer. A lot of times when you get the appetizer, you want it to be bigger at first. And when you eat the appetizer, you're like, wish that was a little bigger, but guess what? Then the waiter comes with the first course. And then you think the first course, oh, that doesn't look too big. Then you enjoy it, but it's delicious. And then they come with the second course, and the third course, and the dessert. Oh, the Nina, baby. What's the new Nina called with the keyboard? They call it a weird name. Can't remember, but it looks awesome. The Nina from Melbourne Instruments Motor Synth is also making an appearance. Awesome. Love that one. Love the motors. Think it's sweet. All right, Samurai. Check back, man. All right, you hit the salt mines. Start saving up some of that salt so you can barter it out for a Behringer Model 15, baby, for 280 bucks. Everybody should buy that thing. There's no reason the 35 people watching right now shouldn't go pre-order that Behringer Model 15. It's a no-brainer. Why not? Semi-modular, reverb, 2 VCOs, LFO, 256 step sequencer, arpeggiator. Kind of psyched about it. Man, I'm psyched about it too. I wonder if it's paraphonic like the Neutron. Gotta be. Must be. Bet it's paraphonic. Take it easy, Echo. Yeah, so what are you guys thinking, man? What do you think? What do you think the Arturia synth? They leaked that screenshot from over in Juno.uk or whatever, and Sweetwater had one leaked too. They're saying that the price of the Polybrute is coming in at like 3,800 pounds, which in American is what, $4,000, just over $4,000, around $4,000. Astrolab is not really a joke because if you look at it as an appetizer, they went and got into a market. They got a market share that was like untapped. So, which was the Stage Musician. It lets them test out that software for future release, I think, for the Astro Pigments, or Astro Pig. They should call it Astro Pig, and it should be white, and it should have a little pink pig up in the corner with wings. And it's going to be the Astro Lab, fully integratable with Pigments, the V collection, and then have all the sound design knobs all over the front. That's what they're going to do. If they don't do that, take the idea, you can have it. I don't need it. So yeah, they got some big things coming, baby. Big things popping, man. If I wish I could get some money, man, I'll make a synthesizer. I want to make a synthesizer company called Samurai Synthesizers, and my first synthesizer is going to be called the SYNTH and the SYNTH is going to be a fully hybrid synthesizer, digital oscillators, analog filters. But the kicker is, as an homage to the Nintendo, it's going to have cartridges. But each cartridge is only going to have a limited amount of them. There might only be 10 of the Ninja cartridge, which will have a load of presets, and you pop right in your synth, like a little TurboGrafx 16 cartridge or SD card, maybe an SD card, but it'll have a beautiful little piece of artwork on it, and it'll be limited edition, like, you know, like playing cards. So there'll only be 10 of the Ninjas. There'll be one Samurai preset card. There'll be, I'll even name them after you guys. There'll be a Polish Prince preset card. There'll be an Echo Craft preset card. And there'll be collector items. There'll be 10 of these. There'll be 100 of these. There'll be one of these. And then hopefully till the end of time, people will trade these cards around. And that'll be the first synthesizer called the SYNTH from Samurai Synthesizers. That's a dream I have. Will it come true? I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, story of the day. I don't know if it's Dreadbox's Murmox. That thing blew my mind. The sounds that came out of that, full of effects. It's a huge thing. It's $2,000 though. So listen, man, I'm not going to buy a $2,000 Dreadbox boutique synth, although it sounds amazing, when I can probably be able to pick up the new Freak for under $2, or, you know, I really hope the Poly12 doesn't come in over $4. I don't want it to be over $4. Over $4 is getting ridiculous. You know, once it goes over $4 for a consumer synthesizer, that's just crazy. Yeah, it's just crazy, man. All synth and no knickers, baby. Yep. All synth and no knickers, man. The Solar 42 is awesome. 2K. Listen, when you're getting around $2,000 a synthesizer, it's hard, man. It's hard to chalk up $2,000. It's hard to justify it if you got a missus or a man to be like, I want to drop $2,000 on the synthesizer. She's like, well, I was hoping to get that chicken coop in the backyard and 14, 15 chickens. And I'm like, all right, we can get the chickens too and the synth. How about that? And then that usually doesn't work, you know? So, or she's like, man, I wanted to get that infrared sauna and put that down in the basement. And I'm like, well, we can get, how instead of getting the 4-person infrared, we get a 2-person infrared sauna, and then I get a $2,000 synthesizer. It's a hard sell. It's a hard sell, you know? Hard friggin' sell. But it's exciting. But anyways, that's the update. We got an Arturia synthesizer dropping on May 14th. We got Pittsburgh Modular dropping a device of some sort, also on May 14th. Then we got the Simaforma Alt Kickstarter campaign is kicking off on May 22nd. And Super Booth is next weekend, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's this month either way. I think it's next weekend. And also, the New England Synth Festival or show or whatever happens also this weekend, coming up after the one we're going into. And I might show up there, I might not. Like a ninja, I'll throw a smoke bomb and I'll appear. That's the only way you'll know if I'm going. 36.49, I know, too crazy. Anybody going to the New England Synth Fest or Super Booth? Yeah, when you're, this is what I'm saying, the blue collar musician or synth player, it's hard, man. It's hard to pick up the things you want, and there's so many things coming out, and these days the variety is so awesome, and the sounds are so awesome, and the designs are so awesome. As soon as you get excited to get one, another one comes. It's crazy. It's totally crazy. I don't know if it's because like a lot of the digital hybrid things, you know, over $4,000 on a consumer motorbike. Yeah, I got a video coming up where I got it called I'm going to get a mini Moog. Help me. And I'm going to need your guys' advice on what I should do. I got a few options. So I'm going to make that when I go home now. I got to make a few other videos because stuff's so exciting. But yeah, man, it's crazy when you keep. Guess what though? I'm all about it. This is my deal. So when everyone on YouTube's always like, you got gas, don't have gas, fight your gas. Oh, less is more, less is more. Guess what, baby? More is more. There's no such thing as less is more. That doesn't make sense in the English language. More is more. Less is less. So anybody telling you less is more is trying to make you split brain and confused. More is more. Get more. If you want a synth, go get it. Save up for it, get it. If you want 10 synths, get them all. Get everything you can. We only got one turn around the sun here, as far as we know. I think we got more, in my opinion, but we can talk about that later. But guess what? More the merrier. More synths the merrier. And then if you have people come over and they like it, you can give them one and not be like, oh, I only got 3 synths. I can't give my buddy a synth. When you got 50 synths, you can give away 10 or 12 of them. Who cares? That's the way I do it. More is more. More gas. The more gas I got, the better. Because I need enough gas to blast off and get off this wonderful, beautiful planet every now and then. Do you know what I mean? All right, I gotta go, people. This is it. I might pop back for another live in a second when I get home out in the backyard if it don't rain. If not, you guys take it easy. God bless you. And God bless the Synthesizer Lords for sending us a wonderful Friday drop. And let's keep it going, baby. Slow.